Destiny 2 beta. As you can see, we're diving into the farm. Available for 1 hour only while the Destiny 2 beta ran. This is me spending about 20 minutes in it or so, potting around, seeing what I can see. Took around 50 minutes to get in there to start with. Servers were a little busy, I think. But we were able to get in there, we had a look around. There's quite a few people in there. I'll straight up say now I didn't necessarily catch everything there was to be found in there. A little distracted here and there, so one or two things hinted at in the video, certainly. But this is the farm, European Dead Zone. I don't think it's a larger space than the tower used to be. I think it's a larger single area than you had on the tower. That we shall explain soon. It's certainly a more interesting space. I don't know if it's larger. For the purposes of this, what is essentially a stress test, Bungie wanted to see what happened when every single Destiny 2 player dived in. There are no vendors. There is no vaults. I was going to say there was no interaction. There were one or two bits you can interact with. We've got a fire pit here. Maybe a nod out to Felwinter Peak, the temple up there. Having a couple of other nods we've seen in this beta in places, so maybe that's alluding to it there. There we go. But yeah, so that's a much nicer viewpoint. And I have to say, from terms of view of a Titan, the changes they've made to Striker and to Sentinel, ex-Defender as was, I think are much better and were a very good decision to go with. I think other people may differ, I guess, but to me they make Sentinel much improves on Defender, and I much prefer the Striker and Destiny 2. They both seem much more useful versions of Titans. That was always the issue with Titans previously, was that bubble Titans were great when you needed a bubble, but no good for any offensive work. And the Striker was a wonderful hit, but that was it. So if you missed it, you were in trouble. First issue we found here on the farm, invisible walls. There's a lovely looking field out there, but I'm exactly at the point of an invisible wall. I get why they put invisible walls in, it makes perfect sense to me, but I absolutely hate them. It really just feels like, I mean, even if they just put, you know, a barbed wire fence there, or made the cliffs higher, or there's an energy bubble that covers the whole of the farm. You know, there are things they could have done to explain away why on earth you can't get through. You should need invisible walls. There is this nice little fun water wheel. You can't obviously run up and down in it. You can't get enough mobility in such space, but you can get a quick bit of boogie in while you're there. Which is nice. And the mantling makes moving around so much easier. Although you will note, it's not as easy to get there as you think it should be. It is not, the water wheel obviously isn't flush to it, which is realistic in that regard. So you disappear down the hole and back quite quickly, but you can get up much easier for anyone who had to struggle to get that seam fragment up the mountain. Oh dear God. This becomes so much easier. And it's an interesting mix of old and new here. So I'm going to pause for a moment, partly because I'm looking around, partly because Paulie #1 is going to join my team at the moment. I'm going to try and guide him to where I am. I don't think direction to a water wheel is what I'm necessarily expecting. Oh, well, Paulie! I do apologise, I keep calling him. Paulie #1. Yeah, so it's an interesting space. You'll see when we get round to it, there's space for a couple of vendors. We know that Tyra Karn is going to be one of the people here, which would imply that's our Cryptarch. So whether or not the Cryptarch, because we knew him, survived the tower. Who knows? Still to be determined. Whether or not Felwinter Peak survived the approach of the Red Legion. Garrett's forces. But yes, so Tyra, we know is there. We know there'll be somewhere to buy items here. We'll have a quick look around a couple of places those could be. And I may kind of skirt over at least one place where there almost certainly will be someone. There's certainly a history to the space. And yes, you can see the football pitch there. We'll have a look at the football pitch later, don't you worry. What's also to note is you get a lot more people in this instance than you used to previously. I can't remember who it was tab for, let's say 12. There's definitely a lot more available on this one. So here's possible for someone to be stood here. That's something definitely to the left there. And I feel it's a space I don't really look at. I wonder if these are the entrance to the vaults. The entrance to the vaults, how you get into the vaults. Although I worry that there's only 2 of them. So unless they've got a very broad range, see, there's definitely something across there. But yeah, the 2 vault, I presume they're the vault terminals, is a little worrying. Means that you've got clumps of people. So you've got all these X frames going there. This nice little river effect here. You'll notice as we go through this, my audio slowly desyncs. Not entirely certain why. Somewhere in the rendering of this video, it goes a little screwy. So apologies for that. Couldn't work out what was causing it, and I'd finished everything other than the narration when I realised. And obviously I want to get this video out because it's fairly topical this reach. So when they say it's a football pitch, what they basically mean is there's a grass field and has a goal one end and a goal the other. And yes, you can get above the water wheel as you can see up there. I'm afraid to the left, behind that very much a hill, I don't explore any more that way. But if you're paying attention as I run along here, as I pass this box on the left, there's an interact prompt comes up. I missed that entirely, I'm afraid. So it's not until I reviewed the footage afterwards that I realised that was there. So hey, who knows, that could have been something interesting to look at. Right there. Nope, still miss it. But yeah, so it is an interesting space. There's definitely a history to it. However, we'll have this much access when we actually get proper access to the farm once the game launches in September. Who knows? It's certainly nice to have a large area. Mantling helps. It's a bit more realistic in your movements around. Because obviously we've still not used any of our class powers. Oh, excuse me. I I really do hope, I don't jump over a possible pinpoint point there, I do hope they get rid of the invisible walls, or they find some way to explain away why they're there, because just running into an invisible wall is disappointing, must be said. So this will be our hangar. Presumably there'll be something at this station, because there were quite a few in the tower that they actually need to pull through. Because you got Amanda, presuming that she survived the tower fight, and you've got her, the Frame that was nearby her. You've got the 3 factions that I don't think anyone said where the factions are going to be: Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and New Monarchy. You've got Tyra Karn, who's presumably taking over as the role of the Cryptarch. The Vanguard have their own spaces on other worlds, so they won't be here. Somebody down there. Hello, Amanda's cubbyhole down there at the port. This looks like somewhere where the Weapons Master will be. We've got to fit Lord Shax in somewhere. And the Crucible Quartermaster. Eris Morn, I believe, from the expanded grimoire, is somewhere on a mission, possibly for Queen Mira Sol before she passed away. A little accident involving, you know, a dark god. So there is something to. There are quite a few of these other bits they need to find. You got to get. Hopefully, they're going to keep things like, you know, Mist Exotics, Mist Quests. Those screens that used to be in the Vanguard control room. Let's stop for a quick bit of a dance here. This is a much expanded dance now. But yeah, so all these questions. So presumably the Cryptarch didn't survive if Tyra Karn's come through. Where will Shiro 5 be then? If Tyra Karn's coming to here. And then we'll also be looking at the Iron Banner. Is that going to be... Where are Saladin? Where is Lady Ifrit? We have those people look at. We know Shax survive, at least certainly implied for in the beta. We know the Vanguard survive. We know Nolan Bot survives. We presume Amanda survives. She certainly survived up to the point we got onto Gary's flagship. So, these are questions still to be answered. Alongside all the rest. But yes, it was nice to get this space. We got into it. It's things like this though, it just seem lazy to... We want it to seem like there's a narrow thing here, like you can go to flat fields. But we don't have to go any further, so we're just going to... Invisible Warrior, or just plain kill you in some places. And it really just feels like it just needs to have... I mean, there are a number of things you can do just to block off the area, one way or another. Whether it is an energy shield, whether it is some sort of physical barrier, you know, make the fence taller or what have you. There are things they can do. It shouldn't be too complicated to program in. There's the Eververse tent down there. So Eververse is going to come through at some point, which is a little interesting considering any Eververse purchase made and all the silver is not going to carry through. I wondered whether or not we'd seen one up here, but I think this is just one of those stations they just put in around to make it seem like things are going on when they may not be. But yeah, so we can see a couple of obvious vendor points in this. And there doesn't seem to be quite enough vendor points, maybe. You know, whether or not they're going to be adding more to this. It wouldn't surprise me if Bungie had come all this way and not actually necessarily fleshed out the farm properly, so that there's still an element of surprise to those of us who managed to find the time to come and see the farm in the hour it was available, or less in some cases. The ladders sadly don't work as an option, so you can't just climb the ladders up onto the roof of this house. But yeah, so we can see where there are, and you can see there are, sideways to my footage, there are places I have not properly explored. None of my clan join in at this point. So, and the hits they've dropped through, and those, you can see those tents there. Sadly, there's no silver down the back as well. I did have quite a quick check to see, just in case, you know. If maybe they'd left something down? Maybe? No. Sadly not. Nothing there. So no items to carry through. So yeah, it is an interesting space. It's certainly very much different to the tower and to Felwinter Peak. It ties into the European Dead Zone maps we've seen in the past, which is quite nice. How much it's going to tie into the bits that we've needed in the tower, see. And then whether or not they're going to do anything more with the football pitch is another question. It's actually, for some reason, this kind of reminds me of Halo. I did this in Halo 5 with the ball a bit. It is knocking around. And in a moment we do find, I think, what is another slight glitch to this. Not that I'm able to kick it behind the goal, because that I don't mean to do. This one where it rolls over the top, and somehow I score a goal from that. And I don't understand how that happened. I don't know whether or not they'll try and tie an achievement to doing something on this. But at least there is something for that point where you're in the social space, you're waiting for the rest of your fire team to be doing something. You can't drive the tractor, sadly. Waiting for the rest of your fire team to finish their purchases or they're sorting stuff out. You at least have something you can be doing rather than just standing there. And I'm sure there'll be some sort of event at some point. So it's, I don't know. It isn't as large a space as the tower. And I know the tower's had 3 years to sort of bed itself in, but I was a little disappointed that the vendors, at least I didn't expect to get into a shop while I was here, but it would have been nice to at least seen the people who were going to be around, at least some of them. We know, at least the ones they've confirmed, we know the Crucible will be over here, we know that Tyra Karn's going to be on this. At least they could have been present. But you know, I think it would be nice if they had at least had them present, someone you can talk to. Even if there was no information, no items available, it still would have been nice to have at least started to get an idea of where those key vendors are going to be, where we're going to get weapons, picking up quest missions, where's the Crucible, where are we going to be getting all the loot to replace all the loot that Gary destroyed. Particularly my loot. We have to know where that's all gone. But yeah, so this was the farm. So I shall see you back here come September, along with all these people running around me. Thank you all very much for watching. I have been ReprobateGamer. This has been the Destiny 2 beta in the farm. and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Daybreak.